Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. I am doing another video about narcissism and surviving narcissism. The reason why I wanted to do these videos really is almost like I wanted to just get out what I'm thinking and ruminating about. Ruminating means that basically certain thoughts just keep going over and over and over in your head. And I've been having that a lot during my divorce process. So I wanted to try to just get it on the video so that way you guys can know what I'm thinking, but also maybe it'll help someone else. When I look at the videos with Dr. Romney, who I love Dr. Romney. She's an expert on narcissism. The only thing that I don't like about a lot of the videos I find on YouTube is that they do not have personal experience with narcissism. And sometimes it's nice to learn from someone who's gone through it. And like for me, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but when I first started looking at YouTube videos, I was looking for my lupus, people who had lupus, how they were, because getting diagnosed, I didn't understand what it was. And so that's when I first started looking into YouTube. And then with my other issues I had in my life, or things I liked, I would go and look. But I wanted to see from people who literally were doing it. I had weight loss surgery, and I wanted to look into that. So I would look up people who were doing weight loss surgery. So I just want to say that I'm very grateful to a lot of the experts out there who are psychologists and who are life coaches, who are actually like doing, who are helping, who are trying to help people who are in narcissistic relationships or who are like writing books about it. But I also want to say that to me, it's really, really important for us to tell our own stories and share them with each other. And so when you go on YouTube and you look at a video like me, I am not an expert. I am an expert. I don't want to say the word victim because I don't like that term. I like the term survivor. I have survived 25 years of being in a narcissistic relationship and survived the abuse. I've survived it. I'm still here. And every time I make a video, I want to remind people this is a survival story. This is me telling you how to survive, how I've gotten to where I am. I remember my one of my friends would say, you may have a lot of issues with your husband, but you've been together for 20 something years, and that is something to be proud of. Like, you raised your family, you have successful children, they got their college degrees, things that you did. And I always say, well, I didn't do that. My children are great, they did that on their own. But they will remind me to stay in a marriage with someone who does not share money, who does not discuss bills, who does not discuss any kind of relationship problem you might have. To be in a relationship like that for so many years and to survive it means you survived. So I try to remember that. And that's why I want to make these videos, because I want people to understand, even though there's experts out there, if they haven't experienced it, it's a whole different story. And I'm experiencing the leaving part now, and it's really hard. It's very difficult. And I want to talk about one of the things that's really hard for me, which are the flying monkeys. I know you probably have seen The Wizard of Oz, and The Wizard of Oz, the wizard has these flying monkeys who fly around, and they literally do the work for the, not the Wizard of Oz, I'm sorry, not the wizard from Wizard of Oz. It's the witch, the Wicked Witch. And those flying monkeys are the ones who are doing the damage to Dorothy as she's trying to get to the wizard. So it's the same way with narcissists. They have to have someone else do their dirty work because they will not look like the angelic person they want to appear to be. So they will use people like their children, their family members, your family members, anyone who's enabling for them. It could be a friend, it could be their lawyer, it could be the mediator, it could be the realtor who's selling your house. They are going to try to look like they're the victim and that you've abandoned them because you've left, and they have to take care of all these things that you can't take care of. And they're going to play that victim game so that way they get those enablers to feel sorry for them and give them whatever they need. But they don't know the whole story. And it's like, I saw something on Instagram that I love. It's supposed to meme. And it said, it had a line that was very long like this. And then it stopped. And then there's like this much left. And it said, this is how much you don't know about someone's story. And this is how much you know. So it's kind of like saying, you know, do not look at someone as just face value. People are 3D. They're dimensional. So if you're only looking at one side of that person, you're not actually understanding that this person is not showing you his true self. And even with me, I have things that I don't share. But I'm a very open person. Like, I'm an open book about so many things. Because I believe that if we don't talk about it, we can't learn from it. So there are things that I don't share, but most of those things I know are going to come out to the light anyway. So if someone points something out and goes, oh, I know you did this. I'm like, yeah, I probably did. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. And I'm sorry if I hurt you if I did X, Y, and Z. So with a narcissist, they are not going to admit to anything. They're going to make you look like you're crazy, and those flying monkeys are going to go around and make up all kind of stories to try to help them, because they believe that people change, or that this person is not that bad. They'll say things like, you know, remember the good times you had with them? Can't be that bad because he bought you all those things. Look at that ring on your finger. Those rings are really pretty that he gave you. Like, those are expensive. Like, you can't be abused if he's buying you that kind of jewelry. Like, how can you be in an abusive relationship when you're driving around in a Mercedes? Like, I mean, I can't believe that he would buy that for you, and you're claiming you're abused or you're in an abusive relationship. So it's difficult, especially when your family and you've been with them for so long, and you go to their house, go to your family's house, and you see pictures of them up, and you think, oh gosh, or you can't take the pictures down because it's got all of different other family members in there. And it's just like, wow, I can't get away from this relationship. I'm going to have to not go to my family's house because I'll see these pictures. Because then it triggers me and reminds me, you know, of what was I thinking during that time? How was I feeling during that time? What was I hiding during that time? But the flying monkeys don't understand. They're enablers. You know, they're your family members. They're your children, whoever. They don't understand the depth of what's happened to you. They don't get it. And so you really can't blame them. All you can do is try to educate them. And I would encourage you, it's hard because they don't want to believe in narcissism. They believe that it's some reason why you're, you know, upset, or you're calling him a bad person. You're saying he's a horrible person. A narcissist is not, in my mind, a narcissist. I don't want to put them in that horrible person category. I want to say that, like Dr. Romney says, it's a personality disorder. They don't even think there's anything wrong with them. They think that you're the one who needs help because you're the one who's been complaining. You're the one seeking therapy. You're the one who's on antidepressants. You're the one who can't sleep at night. You know, whatever the reason, you're the problem. So remember, these flying monkeys, these enablers, they can be your family. They can be your children. They can be his family. They can be co-workers. They can be old friends. They can be neighbors. They can be the mediator, the lawyers, the judge. All those people may believe in him, the narcissist, because maybe he's more polished. He's more educated. He's got more money. He's paid all these debts to society. He might be a veteran. You know, he's contributed to certain organizations. Like, all these things, and a lot of them are very powerful people. A lot of these narcissists are very powerful people. So usually they're not going to be somebody who's, you know, going to mass or going to church every day, and who's, but it could be, but usually it's not going to be someone who's ready to, like, tell you about their problems in their life, the things that they've had to overcome, and things that they had to deal with that have made them a narcissist. They're not going to ever say, I'm a narcissist. This is who I am. They're not going to say that. They're never going to admit that, because that would be actually something that someone who's empathetic would do. An empath would be like, I have these issues, something that I'm trying to work on and get better. The narcissist doesn't want to ever admit that he has a problem. So the enablers are going to look at you because you're the one saying, I've got issues. I'm taking antidepressants. I can't sleep at night. So they're going to look at you like you're the problem. And so I just want to remind you, those flying monkeys, those enablers, need to be ignored. And if they're your family members, maybe you can just love them from a distance. It's a good idea to just keep them away from you so that way you can have peace. When you start feeling like, okay, I'm in a place where they're bringing things up or they're talking about the past or I'm seeing pictures on the wall that are triggering me, I need to go. Go leave if you have to be in that house because you have nowhere else to live. Maybe try to talk to them about it. But most likely they're going to probably take the narcissist side because they're so used to doing that. So try to take your time, meditate, watch Dr. Romney's videos. They help me a lot. Whenever I get in that mood, I turn on Dr. Romney's videos and I just kind of focus on the fact that I'm not crazy. This is real. And watch my videos if you want to as well. And if anything I've said has helped you at all, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And remember, narcissists will never admit that they're narcissists. That's what makes them narcissists. They do not care about how they're going to hurt you, and they will use anyone to do it. Those flying monkeys, those enablers, they will use them to take you down. So please, take care of yourself. Now, remember, you are important and you are enough, and you don't need anybody's approval at all to live your best life. Thanks so much. God bless.